Welcome to the sequel of my Edmodo tutorial video. This one's Edmodo 2, Edmodic Boogaloo. I try to talk fast and I still ran out of time. There's too much stuff to share, so I'm going to try and get through this stuff. The stuff I have not covered yet, and what you can do with Edmodo is creating and sharing folders, creating polls, creating quizzes, creating assignments, using assignments, and badges, how you award badges to students. So those 5 things, once you get through those, you should be fairly proficient on how to use Edmodo as a suite of communication tools. So start with folders. Start where I left off, which would have been, in the folders. So folders you can find, or creating folders you can find in your library. Okay. So in your library, you can add stuff to your library by uploading them, by sharing links, by clicking on connections in your communities. The resources that are attached to posts that either are shared with you or that you post, all of that stuff is in your library. Also, your Google Docs account can be synced, so all of your Google Docs is in that. Fantastic integration. All that's very cool. But the folders is a way to organize your information. Now, my information is not organized. I've created a lot of folders, but most of them are empty. I'm still in the process of doing that. So you can add things to a folder by very simply just clicking a little box. I say I want to put this course outline, and I want to put that in the Biology 100 and apply. And I want this to be read-only because I don't want them, because it's a Google Doc, you can allow students to edit this. I don't want them to edit this, so I'm going to do that. So it's read only, and now it's in that folder. So look at that. There it is. Bingo. I actually changed my mind. I don't want that in there. So I click on that, remove from folder. Yes, I don't want it in there. So now the kids don't have access to it. If this folder is shared with the class, then anything that's in that folder is accessible by the student. Now they can't edit it and they can't add things to that folder, but they can definitely read those things, or they can pull those information. So if you have assignments or handouts in your class, you can put them in a class folder and kids can access them. They miss a day of school, you can say check the folder in Edmodo for this assignment, or it's a way to organize information and resources. So you have that folder. You want to create a new folder? It's very simple. Click new. Give it a name and which groups you want to share it with. You don't have to share it with any groups. It can just be for yourself. There you go, and now that's created, and then that folder is empty. You can add stuff into it by you can edit its name. You can delete that folder, which I'm going to do right now. Alright, so that's kind of the folder management. There's other parts to it. You can play around with that. If you have questions, please ask. So those are the folders I've created. That's folder management. Where folders appear, if you go to a class, folders appear in the lower right down here. This is all the folders in the group. So all these different folders, and if I click on it, there's all the information. Kind of cool. Play view, see if it works. Play view is just a different way of looking at it. It makes the documents easier to see when it works. This is really slow. So you can kind of go through different resources. It's not loading up very well. So play view, when it works, it's an easier way of seeing things. You don't have to do that. You can just have it just like this and look at them. So I'm gonna close that folder. Okay, so that's folders. That's how folders work. So what are we doing next? Creating polls. Oh, that's easy. Alright, so you're gonna create a post. You gotta decide which group you want to share it in. Okay. You can do that before or after. Let's say I want to put in the physics class. I'm going to create a poll. Click right there. Put in my question. Okay. And then I got my answers. I want you to have the options A, B, C, and you can just keep going. Yeah. Okay. Who you want to share it with? Maybe I want to add it to this group. Maybe I want to share it with a specific student. Maybe you can share it with a student. You can share it with a group. You can share it with everyone. That's all connections and all groups. You can share it with the parents of groups. Okay, just the parents instead of you can do it just the parents of the group and not the group itself. There's a lot of different ways you can share it, but then you just click send and they will vote on it. And you'll see the results. It'll look like this. So, does Captain stink? 7 people say yes, 4 people say no. Oh, sorry, Mark. So, that's how a poll works. Okay, next. Creating quizzes. This is a little more in depth, but it's kind of nice. So to create a quiz, you just click quiz. Okay, create a quiz. So you can decide what the question is going to be. You decide this. This will be Q1. Okay, you have add your first question to start creating it. So I want this first one to be short answer. So who? Okay. Add a question. You can load questions if you have them saved from another quiz. Let's see, I want this one to be true, false. Question is going to be yes. Correct answer is going to be false. Add a new question. This one's going to be multiple choice. Why? Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, caps lock. Y F6. Add responses. You can have as many responses, and you say, you know what, this one's actually the correct answer, not this one. And so you can set whichever one's the correct answer. Then you assign the quiz. What it's going to look like to the student, if you can preview it to see what it'll look like. What errors do I have? Oh, I forgot to set this as an answer. Okay, there we go. There. Start the quiz. First question, who? Next. True. Next. Y, I think F. Submit. Yes. And since I had it selected that they get their answers back, the students will see the results. This one's ungraded because it's a short answer, so you'll have to grade that. This one's graded. Oh, I got it wrong. Dang it. Oh, I got it wrong. Got that feedback right away. And the instructor would be able to see this as a summary for the entire class. So they would be able to see a graph of how an entire class did. I could show you this, but I'm not going to because the only quizzes I have are for classes, and that's private. I don't feel comfortable putting that on YouTube. So the quizzes are very simple and quick to make, and the kids take them. You can set the time limit. So let's in the preview, you can change this time limit. You can change it so that when you show the students the results, they don't know the results. You can put information about the quiz. When you assign the quiz, it's going to ask you who gets it. So you can edit it. You can select a different one. You can add it to your gradebook if you're using the gradebook. You can set a due date. You can say to everyone gets this. Oh, you can't send a quiz to everybody. Huh. There you go. So you can send it to a group. So like, you can send it to this group. You can send it to a specific student or a certain person. So that's how you set up a quiz. And then when you're done, if you have it set added to your gradebook, you can put in, I don't do the gradebook, so I'm not putting this in the tutorial. You can play around with that, and I'll help you with that if you need it. But I don't use the gradebook because we have our own gradebook. Okay, rambling. Moving on. Creating assignments. This one is the bit that I use a lot. Creating assignments. This is a way for you to easily kind of put things together. So to create an assignment, you just give it a title, describe it. Alright, give it a due date. Let's say it's due tomorrow. You can attach a file if you have a handout for it. You can attach a link saying I want you to go here and do this. You can attach a file from your library. You can send it to a specific group. So let's just send it to you guys and click send assignment. Okay, and now it's sent in. And so then this is just to that group. They can turn it in. They follow the instructions. You click turn in. Oh, I can't do that but they can click turn in, and this is everybody in the group, and this is the you can see whether or not they've turned it in or not. You can reply, so I can see it's not turned in, so I can send them a note saying, hey, why isn't this turned in? I can give you a score. Assignments out of 50 points. I can say, well, you get 1 out of 50 points. Okay, or I can just set the default. There we go. You get 1 out of 50. You get 2 out of 50. Yada 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 yada. Yeah. You can say I only see people that haven't turned it in. I want to just see for these different groups. So that's how the assignment works. The way I set up my assignments, I give them a link and say you have to write an essay on this, and their essay would be turned in. They can type it here, or they can hand it in through Google Docs. I can do that in more detail if you have questions. Okay, moving on to badges. Okay, there are two ways to access the badges feature. One is, oh, it's not on here. One is sometimes down here there is a little tag that says, hey, play with badges. But another way to get to the badges is to go to a student's individual page. So you go to physics and you manage the group. You can click on a student and award them a badge. Okay, so these are the different badges. These are badges that I've created, or that have been shared with me, or that I have found. So let's make one a student of the week. So boom, now he's a student of the week. Okay, you can create new badges, give them a title, give them a description, upload a picture. You can share it with other teachers, so other teachers can then have access to that badge and they can use it. These are the ones that are created by Edmodo, so you can create those, or you can share those, and you can award those to students, and students can either, the ones that care about that can care about that. Badges are kind of a fun little way to just add your own personal touch to it and give kids kind of rewards for being awesome, which they are. That's it. That's Edmodo. This is kind of the platform. It's definitely not. It's definitely not going to solve all of our problems, but it will help us communicate with each other, with teachers around the world, and with our students, and with parents. So I'm really excited to share this with you. I'm really excited that you guys are interested in learning about this, and I would love to help you as much as possible. All you gotta do is ask, communicate with me, and I will help you get this off the ground. That's it. Thanks for watching. You are awesome.